So hello there and welcome back to Made It Links. If this is your first time on the channel, kindly turn on your bell notification so that you don't miss any of my videos. So now let's get directly into the video. Yes, you heard me right. These are the few things you need to know before you come to Russia. As you already know, Russia is the biggest country in the world. So imagine yourself being in one of the biggest countries in the world and you don't know what to do before you get into the country. How confused you're going to be. That's why I'm here to help you out. First is Russians don't speak English. I always say this. Russians don't speak English. Before I came to Russia, the biggest mistake I did was not to research or Google anything about Russia. I just took my bag and came to Russia just like that. Can you believe? Just like that. So I don't want you to repeat that mistake. That's why I'm making this video, to help you know the few things before you get into the country. First is the language. So as I said, Russians don't speak English, they speak Russian. Trust me, even if you find someone who speaks English in Russia, it's going to be awful English, or you're not going to really understand what the person is trying to say, because most Russians learn English but they don't take it serious like how some of us, I'm from Ghana, we learn French but we don't take it serious in school. Some of them learn it in school and they stop learning it after they are done with school. So most, or let me say 95% of Russians don't speak English. If you know this, it will help you learn some basic Russian. When I say basic Russian, just to say hello, just to say thank you, just to say please when you come. You know, you won't like to feel bad when you come and you hear strange words like Привет, здравствуйте, then you feel like what's happening, get confused. No, although you can't learn the language in your country, maybe if you're from Nigeria, you're from Ghana, you can't learn the language there before you come. If you can, okay, that's fine, but you just need to learn some basic, okay, just some basic things. If you're a student and you're fortunate that your school starts learning the language or starts teaching you the language right from your country before you come here, hooray, that's good news. But if you're unlucky like how I was unlucky, I didn't start learning the language in my country, that's Africa, Ghana, before coming to Russia, you'll get here and you'll be a little bit alien to some things, but you'll be fine. But to be on the good side, for me, I think you need to learn some basic, just some basic, okay, some basic Russian before you come, because in Russia, they don't speak English. So don't forget this, they don't speak English in Russia, it's total Russian. Sorry, they don't speak English in Russia, it's total Russian, okay? Everything is the Russian language. Everything is being taught in the Russian language. Description, board signs, apart from the airports that you will get things in English and also things in French, I think, and Russian. Outside the city, everything is outside the airport, everything is in Russian. Okay, now let's move to the second part. Before you come to Russia, try to download some basic Russian apps such as Yandex Translate and Yandex Taxi. These two things will be your walking stick. Trust me, these two things will be your walking stick. Why am I saying that? Yandex Translate follows up with what I said. They don't speak English in Russia. You being a fresh person here in Russia, you will need a translator, переводчик. You will need a translator to help you go about or go around the city. Let's say you came as a tourist and you are going to the Red Square. From Domodedovo to the Red Square, you will need a train. You will need to take the subway, that's the metro. In Russia, they call it metro. You have to ask for directions, right? So first, you need to translate for the person to understand. Mind you, as I said, they don't speak English. So you need to translate for them to understand what you want, where you are going to. So let's say you meet a policeman and you want to tell him, oh, please, can you show me the way to the subway? Definitely you will need a translator. Even though you know the basics, but at least when you know the basics, you can say привет. The person knows, oh, okay, this guy is trying. Then he also replies, oh, привет. Что ты хочешь? What do you want? Then you show him the translator with your translated text. That's why Yandex Translator or Yandex Translate app is very important. If you can't download the Yandex Translate app, you can try to download the Google Translate app. It works hand in hand, but I like to use the Yandex Translator because it's more accurate than the Google Translator, because the Yandex Translator is a Russian app. You get me? With the Yandex Taxi, it will also help you order a taxi when you come to Russia. I'm saying this because many people get scammed by the taxi drivers in Moscow. Yes, you heard me right. Especially at the airport. Those taxi drivers you see at the airport, most of them are scammers. When you come into the country and they realize you don't speak Russian, they overprice the fares. Let's say from Domodedovo to Rimsky Vokzal. I'm just making an example. From the Domodedovo airport to Rimsky Vokzal on the Yandex app, on the Yandex taxi app, will cost you 800 rubles or 1000 rubles. The taxi driver, knowing very well this is your first time in Russia, you don't speak Russian, can charge you up to 3000 rubles. You heard me right, 3000 rubles. So first thing you have to do is download the Yandex Taxi app. To be on the safer side, someone will argue with me, okay, maybe I need a Russian number to do that. At the airport, try and get a Russian SIM. Although at the airport, the Russian SIM cards are very expensive, but you have no option. You have to buy them so that you can order taxi right at the airport to where you are going to. If you are fortunate to know someone already in Russia, you can alert that person to come for you at the airport. That will be more safe and that will be more comfortable for you, because that person is already in Russia, knows everywhere, knows how to order the taxi already. Or you can let the person order the taxi for you. There's that option. Someone can order a taxi for you and you can use that taxi. Okay, so note it very well. Try get these two apps, Yandex Translate and Yandex Taxi. Okay. The third thing is, this is for students. If you're a student coming to Russia, as soon as you get your visa and you buy your ticket, try to notify your school before you come. Try to notify your school before you come. And also know where your school is located. Why am I saying this? If you are coming to Russia, you need to tell your school, you need to inform them so they make arrangements to come for you. Here lies the case, you didn't inform your school before you come. You call them that, okay, I just arrived, or maybe you email them that I just arrived. Because you didn't give them a prior text or you didn't inform them before you came, there is no arrangement for pickup. There's no arrangement for them to come and pick you up from the airport. That means if you don't know anybody here, you're going to get stranded. And you don't want that to happen to you. So what you have to do is to inform your school. Some schools are not in Moscow city. Mind you, the airport destination from your home country to Russia, the city destination is Moscow. So if your school is not located in Moscow and is located outside Moscow, let me take for an example, your school is located in Krasnodar. Krasnodar is 21 hours by bus from Moscow. And you have to pay for it. Imagine if you don't have money to pay for that. That's why you are supposed to inform your school. If it's a good school, they will make arrangements for someone or a bus to pick you up, or they will buy the tickets for you, do everything for you. When you get to the school, then you refund them. You see, that's more comfortable. That's more easier for you. So what you have to do is inform your school before you come. This is mostly for the students. Inform your school before you come. Whether you're a student, whether you are a tourist, when you are coming to Russia, try have some cash on you. Try get some cash on you. It's very important. Get money with you, because if you're a student, when you are coming or when you get to Russia, you'll be doing some medical tests. You will pay for your accommodation. Okay, whether you're on scholarship or whether it's a fee paying course or program, you will pay for your accommodation and you will pay for those medical tests. So when you are coming, you need to get some cash with you before you come to Russia. You need to get some cash with you before you come to Russia. And mind you, these things need to be paid during a certain period of time. You need to pay these things during a certain period of time. So, as I already said, first is the language. Try to learn some basic Russian before you come. Basic. Don't stress yourself too much because Russian itself is strange, it's difficult. Don't stress yourself. Just know some basics before you come, just to aid you up. 2, download some Russian apps before you come, especially the Yandex Translate and the Yandex Taxi. 3, inform your school before you come to Russia. If you're a student, inform them before you buy your tickets, or after buying your ticket, inform them on the date of your arrival. These are the things you need to note. And the last is the money. Money is always important. Get the money, girl. Get the money, boy. So get the money before you come. So these are the basic things you need to know before you come to Russia. If these things helped you, or I left some out and you already know some, you can drop them in the comment section so it helps my viewers to know what they need before they come to Russia. It's Meredith Links. Thanks for watching. Catch up with you later in my next video. I'm out.
J5 came from the bottom, I just stack my pens. Never going broke, that's common sense. With bro.